Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Tigers catcher James McCann has made his presence felt early in the season. He pulled out the McCannon back in Chicago, and yesterday a big two-run homer helped the Tigers to an opening day win over the Boston Red Sox. Hey, another great day for baseball. Welcome to downtown Detroit. Welcome to Comerica Park. Game 2, Tigers and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad you're with us here this afternoon. Big win for the Tigers yesterday. Emotional win, Gibby, but it didn't look like it was going to happen. Pablo Sandoval, big hit yesterday.
Well, you know, the Tigers might have caught the Red Sox at a good time. Bogarts, Hanley Ramirez, and Mookie Betts out of the lineup. That's 300 RBIs minus, but they got a pretty good guy in their number 8 hole last night. Pablo Sandoval hitting down there in the 8th hole. In the top of the 8th, the Tigers have been leading all game, and then Sandoval on an 0-2 count takes a Frankie Rodriguez pitch the opposite way, and it didn't look very good right there. But they scored all 5 runs on this in this inning right here. It didn't look good, but the Tigers did come back, and they had a great inning to do it.
303 career for Pablo Sandoval against the Tigers, including the postseason. Now, as deflated as the Tigers fans might have been, that bottom of the 8th inning was pretty good. Some patient at bats for the Tigers.
I was impressed with this. I know every team wants to have better 2-strike approaches. The Tigers did a great job. They started a great 2-out rally yesterday in the bottom of the 8th inning. It starts out with a strikeout by Nick, and then by Miggy. Then Victor Martinez gets a 9-pitch walk. J-Up works a 3-2 count. He gets a walk too. Mikey Montouk comes off the bench and gets a double. That ties it up. McCann with the good at bat here. He gets a walk. And Jacoby Jones with another walk. Good 3-2 count walks. And they go on to win the game 6-5. I was really impressed with the crowd yesterday, the contributions by everybody. It's the kind of thing that builds great character early in the season for this Tiger team.
All right, after a short break, we'll send you down to the Call Sam Studios. Mickey York will check in. Be coming up here this afternoon. Jordan Zimmerman will take the hill, hopefully getting his form back. A little bit of a rocky season last year, but J. Zim set to go. Tigers Red Sox coming up next.
he had last season when he started 5-0 and basically refused to allow anyone to score on him. Of course, then injuries started to derail his season after that. Hi again, everybody. Mickey York here in the Coliseum studio, getting you ready for the Tigers and the Red Sox. James McCann's first home run of the season yesterday helped the Tigers take game 1 of this series with the Red Sox, and we're hoping for more today, because if that happens, we eat. If Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring in a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your newspaper or on the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Almost time to play ball. When we come back, Mario and Gibby will bring us the first pitch between Game 2 of the Tigers and the Red Sox next here on Fox Sports Detroit.
Sox this afternoon. Jordan Zimmerman trots out to the mound. He'll make the start today for the Tigers. He is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Let's take a look at Zim. Only 19 games last year. He got shut down. He had that right neck strain. This is his first start of the year. Fastball, slider, curveball changed, and he'll try to get all pitches used early in this game. Talk to James McCann about that today.
Starting lineup for the Red Sox, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It'll be Holtz, Pedroia, Benintendi at the top. Moreland in the middle, along with Sandoval and Jackie Bradley Jr. And then Young, Hernandez, and Vasquez at the bottom of the lineup. We mentioned yesterday the flu is going through the Boston clubhouse. They are without several of their key starters. And there's the first pitch of the ball game to the leadoff man, Brock Holtz. Brock Holt in the ball game yesterday was 0 for 2, or make it 1 for 2 with a walk. A guy that can play several different positions. They have him in the leadoff slot today.
I think he's played every position for Boston one time or another, except pitcher and catcher. Man and jack of all trades. Got a world championship with him in was it 2013? For Zimmerman now, after that injury coming back, 14 in the third innings in spring training. So this is he'll be a little excited for his first appearance. But again, James McCann wants to see him throw all of his pitches early, get into the flow.
There's the strike on the outer edge. 2-2 now on Brock Holt. Well, you flash back to last year, and Zimmerman was better than anybody in baseball in the month of April. Was so dominant.
5-0, .55 ERA. Wow. Don't expect that this year.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Brock Holt.
Well, that's a good start. Pretty much coming out throwing all fastballs right here, right by Brock Holt. Kind of the game plan is same as yesterday. Came out with the power. You see good late movement. Let's take a look at the Tigers defense out there in left field. Jay up again. Jacoby Jones manning center field. Mikey Matuk takes over for Tyler Collins in right. Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle again. And Nicholas Castellanos and Miguel over there at first base. Sim on the mound, and James McCann catching again.
Now Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman for the Red Sox.
Another good crowd today, Brian.
You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, this is a fantastic sight here in downtown Detroit.
And you could tell they were very energized yesterday. And right, that somebody made a good catch in the stands, and this is going to be another good crowd.
Chopper to the shortstop, Iglesias. 2 gone.
Nice and vocal.
It was as loud last night in the 8th inning as I can remember here.
Well, if you remember, it was 2 outs. We're down by a run. They just scored 5 runs in the top of the 8th. And you'd think, well, it's going to kind of die down here. But then we got the walk by Victor Martinez, and they just roared, and they got on their feet. And 2 runs later, Tigers had a victory.
Yesterday's crowd was better than 45,000, the 7th largest in Comerica Park history. Here's a ball outside to Andrew Benintendi. He's batting with 2 outs. Benintendi 2 for 11 to start the year. Hit .295 last year as a rookie. Pulled down the ground to the second baseman Kinsler. Good start for Zimmerman. A 1-2-3 first inning. Here come the Tigers in the bottom of the first. Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And for the Tigers today, Kinsler, Castellanos, and Miggy at the top. My guy in thick and stick, Victor Martinez, DH.
Bragger.
Upton and Matuk, followed by McCann, Jones, and Iglesias. There's your Tigers starting 9. They are facing Eduardo Rodriguez today, presented by MGM Grand.
Well, this guy's never made an April start in the big league level. He's always been in the minors to start the season, so this is his first one here. Finished 2016 very strong. Did not surrender more than 4 hits in 9 of his 11 final starts. Got a good fastball, lively, 94 to 96. Likes the slider, good depth to that, and has a changeup.
Rodriguez only 23 years of age. He hails from Valencia, Venezuela. Ian Kinsler getting it started for the Tigers. Cut and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kinsler off to a nice start this year, 3 for 8. He has a homer and an RBI. Solid numbers overall last year. 28 home runs for the Tigers, batting leadoff all season long for Detroit. He lifts that one in the air to shallow right field. Young coming on, 1 gone.
Let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox starting defense in the outfield. Benintendi in left field, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Chris Young over in right, Pablo the Panda over there at third base, Hernandez and Pedroia up the middle, Mitch Moreland manning first base, and Christian Vasquez catching today. Eduardo Rodriguez, the pitcher, on the mound.
So here is Castellanos batting in the 2 slot. Nick 3 out of 11 so far this year. 1 home run. He hit that in Chicago, and he hit it to the opposite field with authority.
He's got power. He's got the good swing path to go up the middle of the diamond. Now, I was asking him about the knuckleballer right yesterday, what kind of adjustments he makes. He just says he doesn't watch a lot of film before the games. He just tries to stick with his strength. And you'll notice they try and throw Castellanos inside a lot because of that approach that he has, that middle of the field approach. But he has developed a swing where he can get to those inside pitches on the plate.
Nick with a new spot in the lineup this year, batting in the 2 hole. Here's the 2-0 pitch. On the ground with the shortstop. Gobbled up there by Hernandez. 2 up, 2 down. Well, we told you it is a gorgeous day here today. The field conditions are presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. Looks like the temp today is in the 50s. That's good to see.
Spring-like is our conditions on the field today.
Spring-like, I like it.
Boy, compared to the beginning of Thursday and then Friday morning, it really turned out to be a great day yesterday, and this is a great baseball day.
A lot of sunshine at the ballpark today, clear skies. Here is Miguel Cabrera. Sooner or later, Miguel will get that first hit of the season. He is 0 for 9, and it's a good bet it'll happen today. .316 batting average last year, 38 home runs. Rodriguez has gotten ahead of him though, 0-2.
Rodriguez feeling good, pounding the strike zone, good life on his pitches. Doing it pretty much with fastballs so far.
Did he go around? Yes, he did. He struck him out. First strikeout of the ball game for Rodriguez, and a 1-2-3 first inning for the Boston lefty. It's the annual party here in the Motor City called Opening Day. You know, what an event it was yesterday.
The opening day holiday.
Holiday is right. Mitch Moreland leads it off for the Red Sox here in the second. So much to be thankful about on opening day here in the Motor City. Fans coming together to support their team and having a really good time. The weather cooperated, and the Tigers with a comeback win. It's a pretty good script. Here's the 1-1 to Moreland. It's high, 2 balls and 1 strike. She got him shifted.
Well, they do, don't they?
And a severe shift.
See the Tigers alignment over there. 3 guys on the right side of the diamond. Iglesias left the shortstop by himself. There's a site that shows you how many times they bunt against the shift. As a leadoff batter, that would make sense.
Right.
Although Moreland's a guy known to hit the ball out of the park, so that would be the reason you would not bunt.
Moreland was off to a slow start. He picked up a couple of hits yesterday, though, as 2 for 14. Here's the 2-2. A Gold Glover last year for the first time, Moreland. Here's the slimmed down Pablo Sandoval waiting on deck.
Slimmed down.
What he is, isn't he? A little slimmer.
Who said?
Me. Based on my eyeballs.
I tell you, I've known a lot of guys over the years that have had to get on the scale and lose weight and get in quote better shape, and it works both ways. Some guys lose weight and they're a shell of themselves. Other guys, it works good, but that just means they're not happy with the way you're playing.
Ball ripped down the right field line, going to the corner. It's going to get down. Cut off there by Matuk. Moreland on his way to second, and he has himself a double. Leadoff 2-base hit.
Looks like the Tigers have had pretty good luck up and away with Moreland. This one more middle in. You see he gets up on top of that ball, and Matuk goes over there with a little reverse pivot. Moreland in there with a stand-up double to lead off the second inning.
Here is the aforementioned slimmed down Pablo Sandoval. 3 for 12 this year, including that huge home run yesterday for the Red Sox, which briefly gave them the lead. Big swing there, 0-1.
Well, see, I think that's high enough. The one yesterday on the home run was just a little lower, but Sandoval is one of those guys that can be. You think you got him on a certain pitch, but he makes very good adjustments. And he got Frankie on the 0-2 pitch yesterday. Tigers again came back. I've seen him hit balls up and in, almost at his eyes. He's a tough guy to pitch to. You throw him something off speed in the dirt, he'll foul that off as well.
Well, he was a disappointment last year because he spent most of the year on the disabled list. He played in just 3 games. Had shoulder surgery in May.
That shoulder's been bothering him for a while. That's why every manager, if you can, you turn Sandoval around to the right-handed hitting side for him. You get the lefty in there against him. Has not had good success at all over the years. In fact, I believe a couple years ago he quit hitting right-handed.
He did. He's had success over the years against the Tigers. Of course, Sandoval played in the National League. He was a member of that Giants team in 2012 that beat the Tigers in the World Series. There's a souvenir and a memory made. 1-2 on Pablo Sandoval.
3 times he's a World Series champion from when he's over there in San Francisco. So he's had some big time playing experience in big games.
Oh, look out, up and in. And I don't think you can underscore that experience, Gibby. I know this Boston team by and large is fairly experienced. They do have some good young players. As you see the replay, it almost hit Sandoval.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting out of the way. Zim's trying to come in and make a statement there. It was a 1-2 pitch. See what he's trying to set up here. You got to watch the off-speed pitches, especially the change-ups. Sandoval will stay on it and go down and get it.
Boston with a leadoff double by Mitch Moreland here in the second. Fouled back out of play. Let's check in now with Kristen Keith, who has more on the Panda.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Mario, he had that left shoulder surgery last year, and that's what kind of started getting him in the gym more often. Then he shed a ton of pounds this offseason, 40. In fact, he even boxed down in South Florida, and he had a training partner there, Miguel Cabrera. Kind of interesting.
Man, I'd love to hang out with Miggy and train. Well, actually not, because he trains like a fiend. Here's a 2-2, and it's driven foul down the left field line.
Might hear some reaction from the crowd. Somebody tried to catch that foul ball with the right there and hit right there in front.
Whoa.
So that's did his job at protecting. That was coming in there hot.
Now who gets billed for that?
Pablo.
He can afford it.
Panda. I think that's an MLB expense.
I would think so. High towering fly ball to center field. Jacoby Jones drifting. Moreland will tag, and he'll come to third base. Fly ball by Sandoval, advancing the runner.
See if the Tigers bring the infield in here early against Jackie Bradley Jr. I would think they would not this early in the game. Bradley makes pretty good contact and can run a little bit, so you don't want to put a speedster, give him any opportunity to get on base by bringing that infield in. But they are coming in. This also puts pressure on the hitter as well. You're standing up there, it just has a different look to you.
So Jackie Bradley Jr., 4 out of 11 so far this year, digs in. Good stop by McCann.
Now, if you look over here at this defense again, it looks like the right side was a little deeper when they threw the ball. You're going to bring Nick in here. You can see over here at third base, they're going to try and get him here. They're pretty much conceding unless it's a bullet one hopper. Moreland is not that fleet of foot, so you don't have to be in as far.
High drive into right center field. Jones on the run, still going back, still going back. Wow, all the way to the wall to make that catch. That is a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and the ballpark just swallowed that one up.
Yeah, Zim had 2 ground ball outs in the first inning, a couple in the air this inning, and you want to get that ball back on the ground, but Boston does a good job of getting that man in from third base. Jackie Bradley Jr. with the deep drive to center field.
2 outs, a run in, and Chris Young will stand in. Strike 1 on Young. Pretty good day yesterday. Single, double, RBI. He was part of that big 5-run rally in the 8th with an RBI double. Veteran guy that's been around a long time.
I'll tell you what, he was a gamer for me down in Arizona. Really has played his heart out every day, played hurt. He had some good success down there as well. 2007, 2011, went to the playoffs. He's become a very good utility player. Very good friends to Justin Upton.
Young last year missed 51 games on the DL with a bad hamstring.
See, career 237. He's got some sock and can steal a base.
Two and 2 on Chris Young. Leadoff double by Moreland. Fly ball advanced him to third. Fly ball scored him from third. And Boston has a 1-0 lead. Grounded toward third, foul.
You know, a lot of hitting instructors try and get hitters to be able to hit the ball up the middle of the diamond, and we tried to do that at Arizona with CY, Chris Young right here. And it just doesn't fit everybody. You know, he's a pull hitter. That's where he's had his success, and I think you've got to understand sometimes everybody can't do that.
Pop that thing straight up. Here comes Castellanos to the grass, and that'll be it for Boston. They get a run on the sac fly by Bradley. By Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. And by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Tigers had their first of their many alumni Saturdays here at the ballpark today. And look who threw out the first pitch.
Mr. Kaline, Mr. Tiger. He's been around a lot. Boy, he's been in a great mood. It looks like he feels good, and we're all honored and should be proud to have spent time with Mr. Kaline so long.
Proud indeed.
When he used to coach me, I thought he was in good shape. He could still play, and threw good BP. Still a very good golfer. You don't want to golf him, especially with my bad hack. How about yours? Are you getting?
No. I have no hack at all. I stay away from the links. Here's number 6. What a right fielder he was.
He was smooth.
He was in some ways the standard. Victor leading it off here in the Tigers' second, down by a run. Rodriguez missing high, 2-1. 27 homers last year for Martinez. You consider the last, 2 months of the year he played with a hernia and had that repaired in the offseason.
It didn't feel good.
The 2-1.
Had the big walk yesterday. 2 outs in the 8th inning after 2 strikeouts by Castellanos and Cabrera on 3-2 counts. Victor works a 9-pitch at bat, 3-2 count, gets the walk. The J-up walked. Matuk gets the double. And Jacoby Jones with the go-ahead walk, the game-winning walk. Started by Victor. Nice long 9-pitch at bat.
Here's the 3-1. And he lost in ball 4. Tigers get the leadoff man on. First base runner of the ball game. We'll bring up Justin Upton. Gibby, you're talking about Al Kaline and how he coached you. What do you remember from some of those sessions that you had with him in the outfield?
First of all, I was in awe, and he worked me hard, and he would display how, how he wanted me to do things, and I couldn't do it. I mean, this guy was so smooth. Just the way even the way he ran, the way he reached down with the glove and fielded the ball, and his reverse pivot throws. It was. I was like, wow, I got a long way to go. Of course, never made it to that standard, but he really helped me to be serviceable out there, I guess you could say. And he taught me how to make sure I hit the cutoff man. And Mr. Lou Whitaker was about 90 feet away. I could handle that.
Justin Upton, batter. The 0-1 is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. You said something there that a lot of times can hide some deficiencies in the outfield. Simply just hit the cutoff man, and sometimes that can help you get the job done.
I think you have to make an adjustment to the arm, no matter what team, what defender you have out there. You have to understand where his optimum distance is and accuracy is, because the middle infielders, Alan Trammell will tell you, they're the best athletes out there. You want to get it in their hands and let them distribute the ball, and they turn it over very quickly. So that's much more effective than having your middle infielder have to drift one way or the other to locate the ball first and then throw. You're better off to be able to throw it directly to his glove side, chest high, so they can turn it over just like a double play. And that's your most effective way to get the ball from point A to point B.
Here's the 2-1. Bouncing ball right side. Moreland. He'll go to second, 1 in the relay. Out of time.
Like a changeup to Jay up. Right off the end of the bat. See, Moreland takes his time. Throw to the inside right there. Jay up runs too good to get 2 on that. In fact, I'm surprised he threw it. Get a guy tries to make a play like that, you hope they throw that one in the dugout.
Here is one of the heroes last night or yesterday, and it's Mikey Matuk. Gargantuan pinch hit double.
And they had him 0-2 down early. Uh-oh.
Well, we're going to have a pause in the action now. Somebody's run on the field.
This is never a good inning.
Nope, nor will he get any airtime either.
Anybody's yesterday Matuk down no balls and 2 strikes. They try and come up and in on him, which is a good spot to do. Then they tried to trick him and throw him an off-speed pitch, and he was all over it. Let's take a look. Again, this is the bottom of the 8th. Here you see the high fastball. I believe he's 0-2 right there, 1-2. And he tries to get tricky with the breaking ball down into the left field corner. That was the tying run.
And for Mikey, that had to be a huge at-bat for him because he really did not have all that good of a spring. And to be able to kind of help out your new team, especially on opening day.
Now we're talking over the action here, and you can see the dugout. So many runs on the field is very dangerous, and nobody knows what they should do. So we would advise that you don't do that. It puts people in compromising situations.
And it puts you in jail.
Yeah. I had a few come by me a few times in my career, but thought about doing some things that I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, probably made a better choice there. Hey, by the way, Menards brings you the big money encounter, and here are some of the numbers that since 13 the Tigers have had against Boston. Pretty good.
Yeah, they've done pretty good right there. 17-10. They lead the Angels, Texas, and Baltimore right behind them. But this Boston club, you got to be ready to go into a close game, 1-0, 2-1, 0-0 ties, or you can get into some barn burners too. We've had a 7-run lead in Fenway Park, and you know, only to be defending a tie game an inning later.
A lot of the games the Tigers played against the Red Sox last year, in fact, a good majority of the season series last year, those games were 1- or 2-run games. Now Matuk digs back in. 1 on, 1 out. And a ball low.
Now, early yesterday, that ball was a ball. Later in the game, that ball low in the zone was a strike.
Good
so
point.
We'll see if Jerry Lane, with his strike zone, evolves to over the game. I know J-Up's thinking about going.
Vasquez behind the plate last year threw out 34%, which is a pretty good percentage.
Well, he's known really for his arm, 5'9", about 200 pounds with a rocket arm, and I believe he had Tommy John surgery in 2015, missed the whole year. So last year, 2016, would be his first year off TJ surgery, so I believe he'd be better this year than he was last year.
Matuk had a nice swing on 2-0 and drilled it foul back out of play.
We'll make up a little checklist chart for you here, and I'll try and have it tomorrow or Monday for sure. And if you're a base runner, what you should be thinking about, number 1 is how you feel. Obviously, who's catching, who's on the mound, what kind of move they have. And I always talk about that 1.3 seconds or better, and that starts, I'll let you know when I click my watch. Now, till now.
Runner going, throw down to second, tag, got him.
I don't know, might want to check that one. He came up a little short. Brad's telling him to look.
Not a great throw, but a nice tag.
Yeah, well, J-Up looked like he had it, but he slid a little early, I think. Have to take a look at that in slow motion. Well, that's close. I don't know if they'll overturn that.
They waved it off. So the caught stealing will stand. Now the 3-1 to Matuk. And he walked it, ball 4.
Now the release time from the time the pitcher released that on that stolen base attempt to the time he got to the catcher was about 1.2 seconds. So that's pretty quick to make.
Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player. We'll go with James McCann. In his career against the Boston Red Sox, for some reason, Gibby, he has done really well.
Well, let's keep it going. He had a 2-run home run yesterday. You see 353, 12 for 34 with 3 dingers, 7 RBI. The big 2-run home run yesterday.
We talked at the top of the broadcast today about how McCann has made his presence felt on both ends here early in the season.
And it doesn't make any sense sometimes why that you would have, you know, a better performance under one club day in and day out, but you know, as history goes on, it does happen. You know, James feeling very confident right now against the Red Sox with the information we know. He knows that 2-run home run has got him feeling really well going into today's game.
Well, we know this defensively. You know, he's going to be one of the best catchers in the American League. And we're not just talking about his arm, but also he seems to be improving in terms of the other skills needed to catch.
Yeah, you're trying to, obviously, they're all trying to frame the pitches, the pitch framing. They're trying to steal balls and strikes, keep strikes, and then the blocking, keep the ball there. And that's something that he works very hard at and will have to continue to do so.
So many times they talk about catchers that their prime priority when they get to the big leagues is learn how to handle your staff. Take care of that business first. Anything you can give us offensively is a bonus.
And that is true. That's the way you prioritize it. And another thing is you are part psychologist, so you got to learn that trade very well. Got to get your pitchers in the right frame of mind, know what buttons to push.
2-2.
See Daniel Norris sitting right there with Justin. He's ready to go.
Norris tomorrow against Rick Porcello here at the ballpark. And then JV goes on Monday
against Chris Sale. That's another good one.
That's going to be great.
Boston in town, first weekend of the year here at Comerica. Good pitching matchups.
Fly ball center field. Straight away for Bradley. That'll end the inning. No runs, 2 walks, 1 man left.
In a row with a game break brought to you by Ram Trucks. 1-0 here, Red Sox. Jordan Zimmerman making his first start of the season. What have your impressions been early on?
So far, so good. He's been able to limit the damage, stand out of the middle of the plate. He's 3 for 7 in first pitch strikes, so it seems like he's starting to get comfortable. And again, he's going to continue to pitch ahead in the count if he's going to continue having success all season.
Sacrifice fly, the difference right now. Mario, give it.
All right, fellas, and Zim goes back to the hill now as we travel to the top of the third. Boston on top 1-0. It'll be Marco Hernandez, Christian Vasquez, and then Brock Holtz facing Mr. Zimmerman in his first start of the 17 campaign. You can make Gibby an argument And so much has been made about the 3 young guys in the rotation, but you can make an argument that maybe the key to the rotation could be Jordan this year.
Well, I think you're right, because they signed him last year. He started off on fire, then had that injury. They didn't expect that, and it just lengthens their rotation out. You got the 3 young guys, as you say. You mix 2 veterans in there. You're looking for 200 innings out of your veterans. It just really sets up your bullpen if you can do that as well.
Boy, Michael Fulmer yesterday was awesome on opening day. On the ground to the shortstop, right at Iglesias. Had to get rid of it quickly to get Hernandez.
Yeah, Fulmer was great. Didn't have his secondary pitches like he'd like to. The changeup he struggled with a little bit yesterday, the grip. But overall, he is a battler. We've watched this all last year. And again, this year, 6 innings, 4 hits yesterday, no runs, a couple of walks and 4 strikeouts, 95 pitches through 6 innings.
I just love his demeanor, and he had to battle a couple of things yesterday. First of all, the cold, and obviously the adrenaline that is associated with pitching on opening day. And he handled them both very nicely.
Well, knowing what he didn't have and all the elements that were kind of, I guess you could say, against him, that makes it even more impressive. He really only could locate his fastball the way he wanted to.
Vasquez cuts and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Boston catcher. 227 last year. In there, a strike called. Got the benefit of the outside corner there.
I didn't look.
John Farrell right now having a little confab with home plate umpire Jerry Lane.
Jerry handles it about as good as anybody. He's kind of letting him know. Of course, John Farrell's known Jerry Lane, the home plate umpire, for a long time. He knows just how far you can go. You put little things in their mind. You try to, but sometimes they put things in your mind.
John Farrell, former pitching coach before taking over as the skipper of the Red Sox.
And pitcher.
And pitcher. Here's the 1-2. Last year, Vasquez 270 at AAA Pawtucket, and at the major league level only 229. Out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has produced some catchers. I believe the Molina brothers are all from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's who he's watched his whole life. That's been their idol, his idol.
Hey, by the way, stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game. We select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, served all day. Yadier Molina, probably the best of the bunch, although Benji Molina turned out to be a really good catcher.
Was Jose the other one?
Jose is the other one, the third. And he was really good as well. But Yadier probably the best offensive catcher of the trio.
Yeah, definitely offensive. Now Benji Molina, late in his career, he started to get tricky with his throws. He started to throw them more up towards the first base line. The throws to the right side of the second base bag. That way he recognized some infielders do not like to stay on the bag and stay in there for the contact. So that allows that infielder to tag that runner quicker, because they tag him back up in the big part of their body on their chest. So guys like Kinsler, who stay right there and they let the ball travel, you throw to the bag.
And we saw a great example of that yesterday, Kinsler. Just letting the ball travel, or that was actually in Chicago on a throw that McCann made. That's right. 1-2. Pull to left field. That ball will get down. And it's going to go to the wall. Vasquez on his way to second. And he'll have himself a 1-out double.
Has something with the wrinkle in it. Looked like a slider. Just hung. Didn't break very sharply. It's right over in the middle of the plate. That's one you're glad that you kept into the ballpark. Wasn't a real sharp pitch, and Vasquez with the double.
Leadoff double by Moreland in the second. Now a one-out double by Vasquez here in the third. Now Brock Holt, who struck out to start the game.
I think it's going to take Jordan Zimmermann a little bit of time to kind of find his groove. The important thing is certainly you want to win this game, but you want him to remain healthy, and he can build off that every start, become more consistent with his pitches.
All 9 of Jordan's wins last year came in the first half.
There you can see previous 5 seasons. There, right there, starts in last season. ERA elevated. Strikeouts to walks down.
Well, when the Tigers signed him as a free agent prior to last year, they signed a guy that was well decorated with the Washington Nationals, threw a no-hitter, made a couple of all-star teams in the National League. But that neck strain last year really slowed down what was, it appeared, going to be a tremendous season for Jordan. He's very preoccupied right now with the runner at second, Vasquez.
You know, you watch it and look at all these rosters that come through the Tigers season and their schedule. Everybody's from all over. Small D3 school Jordan Zimmermann's from, and a very good big league pitcher.
Sometimes when you play in the northern climates, you're just not scouted as much, and other times I guess you just become a late bloomer, and many teams will pass over you.
That's a good point, Mario, because they start scouting you, you know, right when you start to get into, probably say coming into high school, and you're going to get drafted between that point when you graduate from high school and up to the end of your college career. So some guys mature quicker, and they are going to get that opportunity. I contend that there are many good baseball players out there that didn't get enough of an opportunity throughout their life that they could have been good. But it's the way the system is. You have a given and limited amount of time to, I guess, make the break. And if you don't, you have to move on to another profession.
Well, you're seeing a lot of major league players getting to the big leagues at younger and younger ages, and Benintendi is a good example for the Red Sox at 22. He's hitting third in the Boston lineup. And Zim missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But you're right, it's always fun to watch guys that maybe get to the big leagues through independent baseball. Some were never drafted out of high school or college.
There have been several from independent ball. It's the odds are unlikely. I should say unlikelier. But if you still have the passion for the game, it still gives you the opportunity to keep that dream alive.
Now the count is gone full on Holt, 3-2.
You can see Zimmermann really trying to pound Holt on the inside part of the plate.
Jordan had a bout of, well, they called it food poisoning a couple of days ago, which really kind of slowed him down.
Chicago,
and so he was pushed back a little bit because of that. Now the 3-2. Right off his foot.
Tow truck.
I've never heard that one.
You haven't?
No.
You never heard of a tow truck?
Well, no, in baseball parlance, no. I haven't.
Well, you get it? I mean, it's off his toe.
Right off his toe, I get it.
It's like a flat tire. Who do you call? Do you change it?
Tow truck.
Do you change the tire?
Oh, no, not a chance.
How about if somebody's along the road? Do you stop and help them change it?
I will stop and help and then call AAA for him.
On your AAA card.
On my
That's
card.
generous.
Yeah, well, you know,
Proud of you.
Got to help people out. 3-2 on Holtz. And he lost him, ball 4. Put 2 men on. 8 Ole Miss Kids opening day tomorrow when the Tigers face the Red Sox at 1:10. Save on great seats with the Sunday Family Value Deal and get 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks, all for just $16 per person. Tigers.com or 866-66-TIGER. A lot of kids out here today. sunny Saturday afternoon in the Motor City.
Tell you one thing you want to watch, 19 pitches already in this inning, I believe, for Jordan Zimmerman.
Now he's getting to the meaty part of the lineup as well. Down 1-0 here in the third. And Pedroia looks at a strike 0-1.
Take a look at the pitches by inning. 9 in the first, 21, 20 already here in the third. Only has 1 out. Need a nice double play ball here if we can swing it.
Pedroia bounced out to the second baseman Kinsler in his first at bat.
See very deep at third is Nick.
Slice to center field, charging. Jones won't get it. Base hit. Vasquez will hold at third base, and they are loaded up now.
This ball's hit right off the end of the bat. Jacoby got a pretty good jump on it, but could not get in to get it. So here you see he made a good pitch. See the little wrinkle in it right there, moving off the barrel. He jammed him. So you get the big swing, and you're an outfielder if you don't get a real good read on the sound or a good read on how it comes off the bat. Those are very hard to judge.
Here is Benintendi. You know, that brings up an interesting point. When you're trying to read a ball like that, how much of the sound do you pay attention to, and how much does that factor in?
You do want to pay attention to the sound, but it takes time to get the sound to travel out there, and sometimes with the buzz in the crowd, you don't get a good read. But you see the big swing, you know, that's kind of what you read as the swing. That tends to make you break back.
0-2 on Benintendi.
See if we can't get a ball down here. Get that double play ball.
It would come in handy right now for Zimmerman. They're loaded up with 1 out. Boston on top 1-0 in the third. Bouncing ball to second. Kinsler fires there 1. Relay to first. Got him a double play.
Good defense there. Good turn by Ian Kinsler and a good roll by Iggy.
Outstanding defensive play. Zimmerman gets the ground ball. Kinsler, Iglesias, 2 of the best. the bottom of the third, and boy, you hit a ball up the middle against this defense of the Tigers. This is what happens.
This is a big play of the game right here. This is not easy to do. Kinsler has to go back to the right. And watch how accurate this throw is. He's throwing it off balance. He's practiced this many times. Gives him a perfect feed, and Iglesias makes the turn. Now the other thing, remember I was talking about the pitches. So now this cuts his pitch count off too, right there.
Good point.
So if you don't turn the double play, you got another 5-10 pitches. So he's at what, 53 pitches now. So that cuts him off.
Jacoby Jones getting things started here for the Tigers in the third. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a 24 pitch inning for Zimmerman, but it could have been a little bit higher. Here's the 1-1.
Right.
Jones, Iglesias, and Kinsler. Tigers in search of their first run. They had a couple of walks against Rodriguez in the second, but no damage. Upton was caught trying to steal. Here's the 1-2. Got him. Jones down on strikes.
This Rodriguez got a live arm, especially when it's up top like that. He's got a long arm motion. Just gets on Jacoby quick. Ball's by him, up and away, perfectly thrown. Just up there in the upper quadrant of the strike zone.
You know, they're loaded here in the rotation for Boston when you talk about Sale and Price and Porcello. But this kid right here has some pretty good stuff.
He's got real good stuff.
Iglesias, ball 1.
Tigers need a runner, get some pressure to see how he does out of the stretch.
Jose in search of that first hit of 2017.
You know, Rodriguez was naturally right-handed. When he was a kid, he
really
started to throw with his right hand or his left hand when he broke his right arm at age 7. How about that?
That's unbelievable. I mean, you know, I can see a kid doing that, but to get to the big leagues on your opposite arm.
So if he would have stayed with the right arm, he probably never would have made it. It's possible.
Possible, sure.
Pablo Sandoval, I believe, was a left-handed thrower, and he switched over to right hand because he wanted to play shortstop.
Ah, interesting. That ball hammered deep to left, way back. It is gone. A home run. There's your first hit of 2017. Oh, he killed that thing.
You got it all. Looks like a 2-seam fastball. But yeah, he got all this pitch right here. I was talking to him before the game. I said, today's the day. Big fly. There you can see the release. Ball's just right out over the heart of the plate and down in the zone. Easier to get on top. Full extension. He's right on time with some good backspin. He's tied this game up.
It is not often that I will say that Iglesias just hit a ball 433 feet. That is not his game, but apparently it's in him.
Let's take a look at the location here. Does he hit the spot? You can see they wanted that ball inside, wanted him to crowd, and Rodriguez left it out over the plate, and Iggy was on time.
Kinsler, the batter. Now, Iglesias was my pick the stick selection yesterday.
Well, what are you trying to say?
I'm begging for maybe half that home run, so maybe 2 points.
Yeah, you picked him. He had a double play. No pick. Home run.
Home run. I got to stay away to keep him going. That's lofted in the shallow left field and run down nicely by Hernandez.
Laying some leather here today.
2 gone.
This is not an easy play. You're a shortstop. You're going out. You got to trust that your left fielder's going to read your body language and not spook you. You can see your teammate out of the corner of your eye. So he went out after that fully aggressive and made the play.
Nick Castellanos. 0 for 1 ground ball. To center field. And a diving, tumbling play out there by Jackie Bradley Jr. Well, the Red Sox showing off here. Tigers tied up with a home run by Iglesias. When we come back, special weekend here in the Motor City. The Joe closing down. Nick Lidstrom will join us in the booth when we return. Piece as we go now to the 4th inning. A lot of Red Wings jerseys here in attendance this afternoon and this weekend. Big weekend here in the Motor City. Of course, the venerable Joe Louis Arena is closing down. Its final game will be played tomorrow, and we're pleased to be joined in the booth by one of the great defensemen in the history of the National Hockey League, Nick Lidstrom. And Nick, I know that it's got to be kind of sentimental for you. I mean, for all the success and all the things you've accomplished in that building, to see it finally closed down. What's it going to be like for you tomorrow night?
I think it'll be emotional for a lot of people, and including the players and the former players. A lot of great memories from that arena, and I'm actually looking forward to the new Little Caesars Arena as well. But I think it'll be emotional tomorrow night.
Nick, when I hit the home run with the Dodgers, every time I walk into Dodger Stadium, I look at one seat, and I call it seat 88, where the ball landed. Is there any places in the Joe like that for you over your career?
I think where my family was sitting, I can always kind of look up there and kind of glance up there and see if my kids were there watching. I knew my wife was going to be at the game, and kind of comforting feeling just knowing that your family's there and watching you. So that's one of the things I did.
Just so you know, when I hit my home run, I told my family to go home before, so that was my screw up.
Well, you had special circumstances there, though, Gibby.
Yeah, I sure did.
Well, when you think about your career, Nick, 4 Stanley Cups in that building, and I'm sure there's a lot to look back on for you, and you're going to probably get really sentimental on that. But the 4 Cups, really incredible. What do you remember about those Cups?
Especially the first one. Haven't won in over 40 years, and finally being able to win the Stanley Cup at home at the Joe in front of our home fans, and just the celebration afterwards with the parade and everything was, it brings back some great memories when you start talking about it.
Do you remember any traits that the Joe had that were different than like any place else, like secrets that you knew that the opponent never really figured out when they come in?
Well, I think some of the opponents figured it out after a while, but the boards were really live and bouncy, and I try to use that bounce, especially in the end boards, when you didn't have a lane at the net. When you shoot the puck and there's no lane at the net, you can shoot it short side and it will bounce out in front of the net. And I kind of knew where those spots were. So standing on the left point, I kind of knew where to shoot for those lively bounces and off the board. So I know that's one of the things I've looked at when you went to other arenas. They didn't have that same bounce as they did at the Joe.
You tried to go there and figure them out, but they just weren't there, huh?
They weren't quite the same as the Joe, that's for sure.
How about the ice at the Joe? Was that really good ice? I know Al works hard on it.
Al Sabaka did a great job with the ice, and I always found it being real good ice. And that could be that we didn't have any a lot of basketball games or other things going on at the Joe. We practiced there a lot, but I think the ice was always excellent. Even in the playoffs, when it could be up in the 80s outside and it was real humid, you know, the ice was very good there all the time, which was, I think, an advantage for us.
Nick, as you know, here in Detroit, and you can tell by the crowd here today and yesterday, great fans, great baseball fans, but also great hockey fans in this city. What will you remember most about the fans that came out and supported you night in and night out?
I would say the passion from the fans. You could really tell that the fans were very passionate, and especially in the playoffs, they really came out for us. And at the Joe, you can feel almost the electricity in the arena. The fans really helping us winning some games and kind of helping us build the atmosphere that we had in there.
You got a lot of your teammates going into the Hall of Fame as well as you, and how about their executives running teams? You got any interest as you move forward?
We'll see. Maybe down the road when my kids get a little older. But right now, I'm enjoying you know, being a coach in youth hockey and being part of that. But we'll see what happens down the road. But I'm always going to be in contact with hockey somehow, and you know, hopefully working in hockey somehow. So it might be something down the road for me.
We're chatting with Nick Lidstrom, who has joined us in the booth today. Of course, the Joe is closing down this weekend, tonight, tomorrow. The New Jersey Devils coming in tomorrow to close it down. But, you know, we talk about all that you've accomplished, Nick, in 7 Norris trophies. What makes a good defenseman in your mind, and some of the traits that have helped you across your career?
I think skating, you have to be a very mobile skater, being able to skate, you know, forward and backwards, pivoting, using your speed and your agility to your advantage all the time. And especially in today's hockey, you can't grab and hold as you did in the past. When I first joined the league, you were allowed to hook and grab, and you were taught to do that.
Yeah.
Now that's an automatic penalty. So really being a mobile defenseman and being able to make a good first pass is very important in today's hockey.
Well, as you know, we lost Mr. I this past offseason, and just a small time ago. What did he mean to you, and what did he mean to the Red Wings organization and this city?
Oh, he meant a ton to the organization and for the city and what he did for this city. And if you're looking at hockey specifically, he wanted to win. He was a very competitive man, and he wanted to win, and he gave the players all the opportunities to do that as well. So he did everything in his power to put a real strong team on the ice.
Chris Young, the batter now with 2 outs. It is a 1-1 ball game. Chatting with Nick Lidstrom, Red Wings great, 4-time Stanley Cup champion here in Detroit.
Uh-oh, right here.
Go catch it, Nick. Now a little bit short.
What about baseball? You said you didn't play it too much. Played in a couple of charity softball games. Does it look like an easy game?
I know it's not an easy game because I've been out there throwing the ball in the past, but I enjoy watching it. It's a lot of fun watching it, especially when it's set down up close or down below, and you can see how fast the game is and how accurate these guys are. I think it's a fun sport to watch.
How about you got a lot of your alumni here, a lot of your teammates here? Is there any real special memories where you guys will all come together? What are the things that you guys have planned that would be something interesting and we'd like to know?
I think just chatting about the old memories that we have, whether it's being winning Stanley Cups or the big brawl in '97 before we won that first cup.
Yeah.
Just having a chance to catch up with what's going on with all the guys, but a lot of great memories.
We got here.
And some of the teammates.
Yeah, Gerard Gallant and Tim Chevrolet sitting up there.
I got a Gallant story at Steve Yzerman's Stanley Cup party.
Wait a minute, is it tellable?
No.
Okay. Keep it to yourself. There's a bouncer back up the middle. Iglesias will flip to second for the Force. Nick, we appreciate it. Have fun tomorrow night, and thanks for stopping up with us today.
I sure will. Thanks for having me.
That's a great Nick Lidstrom. who's joining us in the booth
Appreciate
here
it.
this afternoon. And tomorrow night we say goodbye to Joe Louis Arena here in downtown Detroit. The bottom of the fourth inning at Comerica Park. Time now for the Bernstein advantage. And Miguel Cabrera, when you look at his numbers against left-handed pitching, well, he typically has a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, last year he started out struggling, but he evened out, and you see he's up there high on the list. Good time for Miggy to get a hold of one right here.
I'm with you on that. It'll be Cabrera, Martinez, and Upton. What a thrill it was to catch up with Nick Lidstrom, man. One of the greats of all time in the National Hockey League. Smooth is right, man. He is still in tremendous shape. 1-0 on Cabrera.
It's pretty good defensive plays being made here, so it's only fitting that Nick stopped by.
Miggy in the ball game, a strikeout in the first inning, facing the lefty Rodriguez, who surrendered the homer to Iglesias, and that's it. Cabrera is 0 for 10 in the brand new season now. He's had a couple of walks. Here's the 1-1. He didn't move his feet. 2 balls and 1 strike. One run, 4 hits. Boston. 1 run, 1 hit for the Tigers. Two and 2 on Miggy. What are you seeing out of Miggy early on here, Kirk, as far as the slow start?
Yeah, it just takes him time sometimes. You know, he just doesn't have his timing right now. I think you'd probably say he's jumping a little bit for him. Just doesn't, it's not synced up like he will be, as we know, and he fought through this last year for a while. That's a pretty good pitch, up and in, up and in. When you're not in sync like that, when they throw those pitches up in there, you tend to leak on them. You tend to rush. And the first thing you want to do when you get into these little, I don't want to say slumps, but when you're not fundamentally sound the way you can be, is to try and swing at a good pitch. If it's crowding you, it's much tougher. When you've got everything working, though, you can handle anything, but he's not there yet, but we know he will be.
Well, Miggy had a pretty good spring. Of course, he played in the World Baseball Classic, but hit .429 this spring.
Yeah, that WBC, does a lot of good, but I also think that maybe takes away from some things.
And Cabrera will take ball 4 high and away.
Now you can just tell he's not seeing the ball like he normally does, because he just even jumped that ball out of the zone, but he holds up the leadoff walk.
third walk of the game now for Rodriguez. And here is Victor Martinez, who also has a walk in this game. Victor is 2 for 8 in the brand new campaign. Had a couple of RBIs in yesterday's ball game. There's a strike 0-1. Victor in his 7th season now with the Tigers, and the more we watch him play, the more you kind of marvel at the fact that you don't find switch hitters too often that will hit 300 or near 300 for both sides of the plate.
And he does.
The 0-1. Victor, when he was growing up in Venezuela, like a lot of the Venezuelan youngsters, wanted to be a shortstop. He was signed by the Cleveland Indians. As you look at some of the splits for Victor, 298 lefty.
A little more power from the left side, although that could be skewed because he has many more at bats from that side. But Jay Up used to be a shortstop. I mean, like you say, everybody likes to be in the middle of the action.
1-1. Well, when the Indians signed him, they realized because of his size that he was never going to be a very good shortstop, so they asked him to catch. And Victor kind of rebelled at the thought at the beginning and called his mom back home in Venezuela, said, "I'm quitting. I'm not playing ball. They don't want me to play shortstop." And his mom said, "No, you're not quitting.
You're not coming home. You're going to learn how to catch."
You can learn how to catch. And he has made it all these years later. Here's the 2-1. Bouncing ball towards short. Hernandez on the backhand fires to second, 1, and a double play. 6-4-3 erases Cabrera, 2 gone.
Pretty good play there by Hernandez. Goes far to his right. Knows he can take his time and make a good throw. Victor doesn't run well anymore. Catch as many games as he did, that's going to take a lot out of your accelerators there.
Pretty good play by Pedroia on the turn at second. And
Yeah.
so they're empty now.
Here's my guy. Got a call here.
Justin Upton standing in with the bases empty. Fouled out of play, 0-1.
And you can just read the swings on the Tigers. Really the only guy to really center. Iglesias, of course, did, and then Nick kind of lined one last inning to the center fielder, but not a lot of real hard contact. Very deceiving. Rodriguez looks like he's sneakier than the radar gun shows.
Swing and a miss.
He's just working that ball inside to most of the righties. You think that you'd like to hit balls inside?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or would you like the ball out over the plate?
No, I'd like it inside.
Why is that?
I don't know. Obviously I never played at a high level or college or professional, but I always remember liking the ball inside.
Must have been bailing.
Oh yeah, whale and bail. Or bail and whale, whatever way it went.
I think most hitters like it out over the plate. A few will tell you they like it in, but where Rodriguez is throwing them with the velocity and the cut, it's hard to get your arms extended and get the barrel on the ball.
Remember the old saying in Little League, "Don't step in the bucket." That was me. 1-2. Little high, 2-2.
Why don't they call it the pan? Why is it the bucket?
I don't know. I didn't make up the saying.
Just asking. Thought that was some of your needless reading. We overread sometimes that you might have picked up on that.
No, nothing in my needless reading that gave me the answer to that query.
You understand what I mean by that,
I
right?
do, absolutely. Here's the 2-2. Way inside, 3-2. J-Up buckles out of the way.
Can never stop looking, but along the way you pick something up that you really don't need, but you're going to give it up.
Every now and then.
There you look at the pitch count. Total of 55 so far. Pretty efficient. Second inning, 19 pitches. The most he's thrown so far. Wind seems like it's coming up a little bit, swirling. No clouds in the sky.
And he got him, strike 3. It looked like Upton got a walk, and you could tell by his body language he disagrees.
Yeah, our little box tracks there says that was a ball.
Tigers baseball here this afternoon, presented by Bell Tire. It's brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. Back here at Comerica Park on a sparkling afternoon here in downtown Detroit. Nice crowd on hand. Good ball game so far. 1-1 is our score.
Another tight one, huh?
Well, we mentioned that last year many of the games between these two teams were separated by 1 or 2 runs. And we got a tight one today. Marco Hernandez will get things started. It will be Hernandez Vasquez at Holt facing Zimmerman. Strike 1 of the bunt attempt by Hernandez.
Pretty decent curveball there.
Hernandez bounced out his first time up to the shortstop, Iglesias. The 0-1 is a strike called, and now quickly 0-2. Tigers yesterday with their victory made it 9 consecutive home opening wins. And that's a pretty good streak the Tigers have going now. They just don't lose in this ballpark on opening day. Only a few other teams have won 9 straight home openers over the years. The Yankees, Pirates, Boston, and Cincy. Even Brad said, man, it was a win that you really want to try and get when you have a big crowd on opening day. Swing and a miss. He went fishing out of the strike zone.
Yeah, I was thinking that Hernandez would expand a little bit, and he does. Zim now at 74 pitches. So anything you can get out of him from here on, you can see he wants the ball down, and that ball is up, gets away with it. I thought I saw Brad on the phone giving a call probably down to the bullpen. I'm sure he's got a pitch limit on him today. Throwing the ball pretty crisp still here in the top of the 5th. 55 out of 75 strike. That's a heck of a good ratio, isn't it?
Really good. And a strike called as he continues to pound the strike zone. 0-2. Jordan had that long inning, that 24 pitch third, but he got bailed out on a bases loaded ground ball double play off the bat of Benintendi.
Looks like he's getting a little more break on his breaking stuff right now. Change up.
Oh, drilled it.
That wasn't no change up.
No. Vasquez hit by the pitch.
Well, you know that's never intentional. You remember he came up and in earlier in the game on Sandoval. And he's trying to do the same here. This little purpose pitch where you're not trying to hit anybody. Trying to set up the next pitcher too.
Now, how long will that bruise last?
I didn't see it. Did it hit him on the arm?
Got him a little bit right below the elbow.
The shoulder?
Yeah.
The ones that really stick around of all the ones that I got were the ones on the elbow.
Oh yeah. There's no meat.
You take a peek and it's see the threads that have indented on your elbow.
Nice.
That swells up and then you've got to deal with that. But that would be my worst place. And of course, the face would not be where you want to get hit. I took one of those too.
That would be the last place, I would think.
But nevertheless, man on first, one down. Let's get a double play, huh? I beg for it every time, don't I?
You do. It's all right. You begged for one back in the third and got it.
Had one yesterday. We got Sandy Leon.
Brock Holte walking a strikeout. Here's the 0-1. You know, the one thing I always thought about in your era, in your playing days, whenever somebody got hit or fouled a ball off, trainer would come around with the spray, the ethyl chloride. That stuff ever work? Freeze it?
Temporarily, yeah. It froze it all right. Did they outlaw that stuff, I think?
I guess.
You don't see it anymore.
No.
See, it was in a little silver can. Had a little screw top on there.
Yeah. Tio DeSalvo used to come running out.
Yeah.
Or Bill Beam. There goes the runner. Lifted in the air to center field. And Jacoby Jones, they're going to have to hurry to get back. And the runner will get back. Vasquez was around towards second, had to retouch the bag.
1-1 hit and run. You want to remember that for later in the season. 1-1 and 1 out. 1-1-1. You can see he went beyond the bag. Did he touch it? Yep. You got to touch that bag if you go beyond the other side of it. You know, you've seen many players throughout the years. They don't touch it. If you advance past second, you must retouch on the way back to first.
Here's Dustin Pedroia. Single ground out for Pedroia. In the air to left. Upton going back. Track. Wall. J.F. bangs against the wall and holds on.
What a beauty.
Upton with a nice play here in the fifth. Come the Tigers now as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Mikey Matuk will lead things off.
There you can see 1 run for Boston at the top of the 2nd. Tigers answered with the Iglesias home run in the bottom of the 3rd, and all zeros every place so. Only 5 hits combined. 4 left on base for Boston, only 1 for the Tigers.
You see the comparison between Eduardo Rodriguez and Jordan Zimmerman. Rodriguez been able to sidestep 3 walks.
Sim showing good control as he always does. I think I read where he's gone 149 games without walking a back-to-back hitters.
Yeah, that's true, and it's somewhat amazing if you think about it.
It's a lot of games.
You'll do that by accident every now and then. The 0-1 pitch. 0-2 on Mikey Matuk. Tigers still trying to bide a little bit of time until J.D. Martinez comes back, and apparently J.D. down in Lakeland is taking some swings. Brad was saying before the game today that so far things have gone well for J.D.
Well, he's going to want to rush back. Most guys do. Hopefully they'll probably err a little bit on the side of caution, being so early in the season.
Matuk down on strikes.
You know, you're thinking about the hit that Matuk got yesterday. Pretty good decision, good move. Brad Osmus pinch hits for Tyler Collins. John Farrell decides to bring in the lefty. Then he pinch hits. He knows these are some of the decisions early on that can help kind of establish a pace for your team. Worked out great for the Tigers. And that again is in the absence of J.D. Martinez. So that's what you're going to need, contributions like that from the whole staff, the whole bench.
Now McCann. James a fly ball to center his first time up.
Teo Rodriguez hasn't thrown too many fastballs to the arm side. Most of them are all glove side, all into the right-handed hitters.
Did he go? Nope. Marvin Hudson patrolling first base in the umpiring crew today.
That's a hard changeup right there. See the ball turn over, 87 miles an hour. Fastball's running 93 to around 95.
Two and one.
Let's take a look at that replay here on Jay Up last inning. Going back right here, this is not easy. You can see the fence coming into your view. The ball stung pretty good, didn't have much time, but Jay Up's in his 2nd year understanding that outfield track wall relationship. Really easy to do a little peekaboo right there and not make that catch, but Jay Up brought it down.
Once you hit the track, how many steps did you know you had?
About 2.5, 3. But you know, you want to do that at different stadiums, have different distances. I think they have a recommended distance around the league, but they are not all the same.
Well, I thought that was uniform. There's the ball drilled deep to left field, way back. It is gone. Oh, McCann, 2nd consecutive day.
Well, James again gets a mistake right here out over the plate. Great reaction. I actually was not watching it. I heard that and said, boy, that sounded good. Of course, the crowd immediately celebrating. What a great swing he puts on this ball down the middle of the plate.
Tigers have their big boy pants on today. 432 feet on that one. So a couple of homers that have gone better than 400 feet. Clearing the bullpens out there. And it's 2-1 in favor of the Tigers. They have only 2 hits against Rodriguez. Both of them have left the building.
Both of them dingers.
Jones struck out in the 3rd.
What's your favorite saying for home run? You know, like not just home run.
Right. Nickname? That ball down to the gap in left center. Let's see if Jones can get 2 out of this. Cut off by Bradley. Here's the throw. He'll make it. Oh, where'd that throw go? Double for Jacoby.
Well, let's go back and take a look at James McCann. 2-run home run yesterday. Again, this ball not getting in there, trying to get inside on McCann. He brings his hands in. You see, he barrels it. This ball is gone as soon as he hits it. You know that's gone. 108 miles an hour off the bat.
To answer your question, I would go with Jimmy Jack or Tater.
To that, did you see that reaction to the pitcher?
It wasn't good.
So you like Tater?
I like Tater or Jimmy Jack. How about you?
Well, I went with Dinger today.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's your favorite.
Well, today it is. It changes. It's like your favorite food, right?
You're impossible. Here's Iglesias. Oh, man, that's going to go to the backstop and advance the runner. Things are unraveling for Rodriguez here.
Yeah, we're going to get the infield in.
So Iggy with a chance to drive in a run now. 90 feet closer to home plate is Jones. And there's your defense.
Now we'll see if the third base coach Clarkie lets Jacoby Jones know you're going on contact. And that means as soon as Iglesias swings, you're on your way. If it's a line drive, you're doubled off. That's Brad's decision. But Iglesias pretty good with the bat. Think that he might be going on contact.
On the outer edge. 1-1. Homer by McCann has given the Tigers the advantage here, 2-1.
Now if you're Jacoby Jones, you want to make sure you've got good timing when that ball enters the hitting zone. You want that right foot to be just off the ground so you have a seamless transition into go mode. If you get that foot down too early, you tend to decelerate. Then you've got to start yourself back up. We've got him isolated, and we'll show you that if it makes a difference.
Infield in all the way around, outfield straight up on Iglesias. Here's the 2-1. That's going to get the run in. That shot to the gap in right center field. It's going to get down and go to the wall. Extra bases. Iglesias will go to second. Double and an RBI.
Well, you're just looking for like a ball to the outfield, and you get more than that. You see the grip right here. Again, Rodriguez must be tiring a little bit. These balls are not getting inside as they were earlier in the game, and Iggy pulls one to the left field side for a home run in his previous at bat. Now he goes the other way. Pretty hard to defend that. Good approach.
So with Kinsler coming up, that is a 2-for-2 day for Iglesias. Homer, double, 2 RBIs. And Iglesias came into the ballgame 0 for his first 12 on the season. He's gotten it going now.
It's amazing how quick it can turn around.
They're on the telephone in the dugout. Pitch count now beginning to climb. It is at 69. Next one will be the 70th for the lefty Rodriguez.
Sometimes when you get pitchers in trouble, they neglect you at second base. Rodriguez has been pretty quick, but you want to keep an eye at the opportunity should it arise to take third.
Kinsler fly out pop up. He was robbed on a nice play by the shortstop Hernandez on his pop up in his last at bat.
I think Ian may be thinking to that right side of the diamond right now. Pedroia playing way up the middle.
Looked like it there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers all of a sudden have 4 hits. They didn't have a whole lot going on until this inning.
One hit coming into the inning, 3 straight in this inning.
The 1-1. Activity in the bullpen for the Red Sox.
That Ben Taylor?
It is indeed. Red Sox bullpen could not hold it yesterday. They had a slim lead after that Sandoval home run. Two and one on Ian Kinsler. Fouled away again. 2-2 now on Kinsler. They'll send Vasquez out to the mound for a chat. Ian last year won a Gold Glove as Tigers' second baseman. He did his job tremendously as a leadoff man. He scored 117 runs last year.
That's a lot of runs.
That's, when you get to the 100 marker and you've had yourself a whale of a season.
Takes a lot out of your legs too. It's the impressive thing about it. He's very durable, over 30 years of age, but very durable. Sets the standard.
Back to Moe. 3-2. You see, the 117 last year was good for 5th in the majors, American and National League. Trying to cash in Iglesias from second. Here's the 3-2. Line drive, base hit left field. Iglesias, they're going to try and score him. Here's Benintendi's throw, cut off. They'll throw to second. Kinsler in a rundown. And Ian trying to get to second is tagged out, but the run scores. RBI single for Ian Kinsler.
Well, we get the run right here again. You're going to see hard contact with Ian Kinsler right out over the plate. Iglesias out at second base. Look at, he gets good rhythm. Good rhythm. Ball's hit. And he's right on his way. That's where you want to be. Benintendi's throws offline. And Kinsler gets caught going out of second. Good, nice, tight turn right here. Outside foot. That's a good route. Now, Ian Kinsler got picked off trying to advance. So you might say you would trade the out for the run right there. However, you want to try and read that throw if you're the trail runner.
Yeah, not a strong throw from Benintendi, but Kinsler gave himself up. Run scores anyway. Three-run inning now, and a 4-1 game.
Well, I was going to say before it all happened, you're going to tend to be a little more aggressive when you get the lead. So Tigers get 3 in this inning so far.
1-1 on Castellanos. Nick 0 for 2. Swing and a drive in the air toward left, but it's going to go toward the line and foul. That hit, by the way, for Kinsler was his 1700th career hit.
Wow.
So there's a little bit of a milestone. Chasing a couple of milestones today. The Kinsler hit. That's 1,700. Nick needs 1 RBI for 200 in his career.
Then he'll be on his way. Just kind of look at the Tigers team, the lineup they have out there today. They have some veteran guys, and then they got some of the young guys. And a nice transition right here so far. It's looking good.
Scoring started with a home run by McCann. And the Tigers in this inning have totaled 4 hits. Here's the 1-2. You
can see Nick kind of shaking his head a little bit, a little jumpy on that. And certain pitchers are just hard to stay back on. They just have motions that are hard to time up. Others, you're right on.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He chased to strike him out. That'll end the inning. But a big inning for the Tigers. And McCann went deep to get it rolling. Jones a double. Iglesias a double. Kinsler knocked one in as well. And it's 4-1 Detroit.
Friends, Elena and Seth, who made the 4-hour drive from Kalkaska, Michigan, all the way here. And tell me why you came out to the game today.
I thought it'd be cool to ask Seth to prom, and my sister surprised our whole family with tickets. So
really exciting. 1, you're at a great game, and 2, you got a prom invite on the big screen. You're on TV now. Tell me, did you say yes?
Yeah, I said yes.
What were you feeling when you saw it?
They all told me to look at the board, and I thought we were on the board for like the pictures or whatever, and I read it and saw it was promposal.
Were you surprised? I mean, did you have any idea it was coming?
No, I had no idea it was coming.
Elena, how did you get the idea to ask him here at the Tigers game?
Well, we were thinking of ideas, and my sister surprised me one day with tickets, and that night I was looking, and I texted my dad the next morning and said I found a cool way to ask Seth to prom. He's like, you got good ideas. So.
That's awesome. Well, he said yes, and I can't find a better way than this Tigers game right here. Thanks for talking to us, guys. Mario Gibby.
All right, Kristen, thanks. You're rolling the dice on those proposals at the ballpark, aren't you?
Yeah. But why not roll the dice?
You get it up on the big board?
Did you go to prom?
No.
No?
Seriously, I didn't. Did you?
After I was out of school, I did. I went the next year, but.
Well, why did you wait to leave school before
I
you
waited to get asked.
Well, that's kind of important.
If you get asked, you don't have to pay.
Is that how it goes?
It's some's book.
Here's Mitch Moreland. Moreland has a double and a single and a run scored. The only run for the Red Sox. Tigers a 3-run fifth. They lead by 3, 4-1.
Tigers got the shift on again. Moreland's got a couple of hits. to right field, a double. The last one was a single that Matuk got over there really quickly and held him from advancing as a double.
I think this is the last inning for Zimmerman.
I do. I think we're going to have somebody starting to get warming up really quick. To 85 pitches already.
Long run for Iglesias with the shift, but he won't get there. How to play.
Reduce Shane Green warming up in the bullpen. She's kind of really light tossing right now, so he'll try and get to where he can just throw a couple really hard pitches. He's got 8 pitches on the mound and he'll be hot.
Now the 1-2. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mitch Moreland. You'll remember his days with Texas. Good player for the Rangers. Hit a lot of home runs there. Played 7 seasons with the Rangers. Had a big spring this year. Hit 341. Red Sox trying to replace some of the offense that Big Papi took with him upon his retirement. He was one whale of a clutch player.
Well, he was. In any situation, he could go right field, he could go left field, he could get you the walk, sneak attack you on the bases. Of course, as he developed in his last years, he just flat out knew how to hit. He knew the league very well, and he could stand right on that plate, didn't matter. And set a good standard for everybody else to learn. And he got traded, was a trader, Rule 5 guy from Minnesota.
Rule 5?
Rule 5. Minnesota lost a couple of Johan Santana and
Rule 5.
David Ortiz, both Rule 5.
He was known as David Arias back in his days with Minnesota. Little chopper toward first base. It'll stay fair. Miggy tags the bag for the out.
Well, it's good to keep it on the ground right there, because I was looking at J-Up. I don't know if you noticed, kind of tricky fly ball. When you come down to Comerica, there's different reference points. There's different flag points. Now, these are on top of the scoreboard. Now, they're going one way. Then if you look over to center field, that one may be a little differently. Then you got these ones here that are lower. Then I even look outside the stadium over there in the David Whitney building. So you want to compare all these different flags. Then you have to learn how to sum it all up. If you're good, it's like a calculus equation.
Yeah, only a little bit easier than that.
Now they're blowing out over from right to left today, so that's generally going to be a true win.
You know what I used to do? I used to go out there, pick up some grass, throw it in the air, and see which way it blew.
But that's down low. See, if it's blowing straight in from center field and it hits this press box in the stands, many stadiums it comes down, it rallies down low and blows out if it's low, in if it's up high. Here's one here. Iggy puts it away.
And it's going to be a 1-2-3 for Jordan Zimmerman. He's got 6 strong today.
Tigers lead at 4-1 here at Comerica Park on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Tigers and Red Sox, just the first of what's going to be a very busy weekend for us here at Fox Sports Detroit. Later on today, the Wings play their second to last game ever at Joe Louis Arena when they take on the Canadians. Our coverage begins at 6:30. We'll be back with you tomorrow at noon for Game 3 of this series between the Tigers and the Red Sox. The Wings come your way again at 4:30 against the New Jersey Devils, the final game ever at Joe Louis Arena. And the Pistons and Grizzlies wrap it up for us on Fox Sports Detroit Plus at 5:30. It's April in the D, don't you know, Mario?
It's busy, Mick. How about that? Nicely done getting through all that information. Disseminated very nicely.
It's a quick read.
It is. Miguel Cabrera will get things started for the Tigers here in the 6th inning. 4-1, the Detroiters have the lead. And we've got a new pitcher now coming in for the Boston Red Sox in a wall side windows pitching change.
Let's look at Ben Taylor. He made his major league debut yesterday, actually, here at Comerica Park. See the numbers: 36 games, 79 innings. Whip of 1.08 means he's, even guys that give up hits, they're not walking anybody. When you see a whip that low, again 1.5, you want to be underneath that. That would be kind of the upper limits of where it's acceptable, but 1 is really good.
2-1 on Miguel Cabrera. When you talk about whip, walks, hits per innings pitched, I think that's a pretty good indicator of how good of a season a guy is having. I mean, there are a lot of stats you could look at, but where does whip rank on your list of the ones you look at?
Well, it's just something I use to reference. You kind of look at walks against strikeouts. I like to see a guy that has command, unless he's got super velocity, something, an exceptional pitch. But you know, nobody wants. It's hard to stand out in the field when you have a lot of action every single inning, and that's why you want a lower whip. You want somebody who's going to not let the opponent string hits and or walks together. Miggy goes down again.
Hey, the Twins come to town for a 3-game series this Tuesday through Thursday. Save on great seats with the weekday value pack. Get 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks, all for just $16. That's it, $16 per person. For tickets, visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. Now, where do you stand on Cool Whip?
Don't like it.
How can you not like Cool Whip?
I prefer other. You ever whip half and half, huh?
No, that sounds good though.
It's a little fatter.
There's a ball outside to Victor Martinez.
Gets you ready for the winter. Where'd you come up with that at, by the way?
Well, we were talking about whip.
So you went on to
stat whip.
I guess you're getting hungry.
And so I just went straight to Cool Whip. Here's the 1-0 and a wave and a miss. Walks plus hits per innings pitched. Whip.
You do it while you're eating pie?
Oh, yeah.
And ice cream.
Yep. Everything.
We haven't eaten in a while. That's why we're talking whipped cream.
Come on, Victor needs some points on Pick the Stick. There's a walk and a double play ball in this game.
That'd be a -1 so far.
Yeah, I got a -2 for the double play and a +1 for the walk. But when he homers here, that's going to be a good 4-point shot to my total.
That'd make you +2. Well, +3, I'm sorry.
He's in a 2-1 count here. Low ball 3.
Well, here's the Pick the Stick recap. You can see Kristen with Kinsler, and I got Upton. You can see it all in the middle. Nick, Miggy, Martinez, B-Mart. That's Mario's guy.
B-Mart, come on, B-Mart. Got a good hitter scout here. 3-1 pitch. 3-2.
Tell you what, he's been in pretty good command of his counts in the last 2 games.
He
since
has.
I've been here doing the games. That you usually have good results when you're up in the count, and he's able to. Like yesterday, they were behind in the count. They were throwing a lot of secondary stuff. Victor's very good. He has a keen eye, and he doesn't just aggressively flail at those pitches just because he's ahead in the count. Still has a very selective approach.
They play him to pull on the infield, as most teams normally do. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. 2 gone.
Well, Taylor comes back on Victor right. Here's ball. Got a little bit of late finish on it. See, it just kind of takes off. Got a little bit of giddy up on it. Right there in the outer third.
Here's your guy, Justin Upton.
Jay Up. Got another nickname for him too, but I'm not going to come out with it yet.
Why not? 0-1 on Upton.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because I can't do it. I want to work tomorrow. It's one of those that could be maybe not maybe a big deal, but
borderline
could be too. Yeah.
Keep it yourself. 1 ball, 1 strike on Upton. How about Taylor now? He's faced Kinsler, Mickey, and V-Mart in his major league career. First 3 hitters he's faced, and he's struck them all out.
Yeah, they don't know him yet.
Fly ball, right field. Young coming in, and that's going to be a 1-2 for 1-2-3 for Taylor, and we go to the 7th. As we go to the top of the 7th here at the ballpark, and the Tigers, after winning opening day yesterday, looking pretty good here today. And a wall side windows pitching change with Shane Green.
Yep, he's looking to do good here. Shut down the Boston Red Sox. 50 games last season, held 16 times, 59 strikeouts, 22 walks. And the whip we've been talking about all day today, 1.33. Electric stuff. Went through a tough period last year, but he's got the mentality to come back and get the job done today. Everybody's looking for a good year here in 2017, so you take the good out of the past and let go of the negative.
He will face Jackie Bradley Jr. to get it started, then Young, and then Hernandez. Green on in the 7th after 6 strong from Jordan Zimmerman. And first one is low and away to Jackie Bradley Jr. Green last year transitioned from the starting rotation to the bullpen and made a career high 50 appearances. He's part of that big 3-team deal back in 2015 with Arizona. Robbie Ray was involved in that from the Tigers. Didi Gregorius going over to the Yankees. That ball belted, but it's going to hook, and it's going to go foul.
Yeah, Didi Gregorius going over to the Yankees to replace Derek Jeter. That'd be
have fun.
That'd be a tough one. You have to do pretty good to do that. But everybody, yep, that's the trade that worked out for almost every team.
Sure, I would agree. Now we've got another fan running on the field here now to delay things.
Sometimes you just have to keep your mouth shut. Now, if you're a player, seriously, and somebody comes by you, they usually run out of gas pretty quick. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Let's take a look. See the third inning right here. Tigers get on the board with an Iglesias home run. Then in the fifth, James McCann again homers with the 2-run homer yesterday. Gets on another one. Then the Tigers with 3 straight hits in that fifth inning. Put 3 runs on the board. This is Ian Kinsler again with the base hit. Iggy scoring. That puts the Tigers on top 4-1. Top of the 7th, and this is one of the interesting things. The bullpen didn't hold it like you wanted to yesterday, but we got the job done. The team came back. This is where people are going to establish their roles. You know what I'm saying? You come into out of spring training, you kind of have an idea what you want to do, but it always changes. You got to tinker with it, and then everything will be synced up. Everybody will understand their roles, and the sooner they do, kind of the better performance they have, I think.
So when you look at the skill set of a guy like Shane Green, how does he profile for you as a reliever? Back end of the bullpen?
Yes, he does. I would say 7th inning on. But they're going to be, you know, Frankie's going to be the closer. Okay, so how do you get to Frankie? So the 9th inning's already taken care of. Rondon had a tough game yesterday, but we know he's got the stuff to do it. So you still need to keep putting them in those positions. But at some point, you know, you're going to have to change things based upon performance. And Shane Green, we know that when he's on, he's got great stuff. He's got a lively ball. He's got a good slider. He's extremely tough on right-handed hitters. So I would say earlier in the year, you have an idea what you want to do, but you almost match up to an extent as well. Does that make sense?
It does. And last year, early in the season, Mark Lowe was slotted for late in a ball game, say the 8th inning, and you know, eventually he lost that position. So you're right. I mean, it can be fluid, but these are opportunities where you can establish those positions.
Well, you're just going to have to do it. And the most important aspect of this is for the manager to wade his way through the floodwaters a little bit, because guys want to pitch in certain situations, as they should. You want them to. And sometimes you're going to go against their wishes. And you have to massage them through into a new role so they can be productive. You may make a few mistakes along the way, but overall it is a process, and you got to get everybody to buy in for it to be fluid.
Now Green with the 1-2, fouled back by Bradley. Well, we all know the Tigers need to make some improvements in that bullpen this year. Some guys will have to step forward, and you know, Shane can provide some of that if he can take the next step deep in games. You mentioned Rondon. He certainly can be a key piece.
Well, I know Shane Green. I think he's got a good mentality for late pressure situations.
2-2.
Well, let's look at you see our bench: Avila, Machado, Romine, Collins. Then you have the bullpen here: Sanchez, Rondon, Wilson, Ryan, Green, and Francisco Rodriguez. We call them the Wilson brothers, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
They're not brothers.
Swing and a miss. Bradley is out on strikes, 1 out.
Pretty good sequence of pitches right there. He was kind of going in on Bradley. Remember, he pulled the one foul, and then here he goes back door. Bradley's kind of looking in, almost overhung it, but changed the location. Actually got a little more plate than he wanted it to, but he got away with it.
Chris Young pop up and a force out. 0 for 2. Young, a couple of times in his career, very nearly was the 30-30 guy with Arizona.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was real close to that.
Yeah, he missed by a couple in either category twice.
His rookie year, he hit like 30 home runs and had 27 steals. 2007. We had Justin Jayup was hurt. Chris Young ran into the wall, and that kid, he went out there every day. It was admirable, but sometimes it's just not the right thing to do. You have a player like CY come in and beg you to play. It's kind of hard to tell him you're not going to put him in a lineup.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Chris Young. We're in the 7th. The Tigers broke a 1-1 tie with a 3-run 5th. James McCann is homered again today. Iglesias is homered. Young will stay alive. He's been well traveled now. Young has played with Arizona, as we mentioned. He's played with the Yankees, played with the Mets, with the Oakland Athletics, and now the Boston Red Sox. Out of Houston, Texas. Two and two. 2 more to go in this series. One of those wraparound series. It'll go into Monday. Tigers play here tomorrow and Monday, and then Minnesota comes to town. The Twins off to a really good start. Kind of surprising, actually. They got off to a 4-0 start.
They've been in some bad ones in the previous years.
There is Sale. He'll pitch on Monday against Verlander. One of the new acquisitions for Boston. And they gave up a lot of prospects to get him.
They had him. They traded the right guys. Of course, Dave Dombrowski, he used that formula over here when he was with Detroit. And it's worked very well for him. Been very successful. Believes in it.
In the air toward left field. Upton going back. Right in front of the wall for the out. 2 gone. Young fell a little bit short. Hey, the Tigers made digital ballpark passes. Your ticket to 10 home games in May. 1 pass, 10 games. Only $59. All tickets will be digitally delivered via your mobile device. Buy yours today at tigers.com/pass.
Now, just looking ahead here, do you leave Shane Green out there, or who do you go to? Just look at that scorebook.
You got Hernandez coming up right now. You got Vasquez. 2 outs here in the 7th, and a line drive to center, base hit. It'll be a 2-out single for Hernandez. He's aboard.
We got Holt, Benintendi, Moreland coming up, and it's Pablo. So you're going to have a lefty through there, one way or the other, I would believe. That might be Kyle Ryan, do you think?
Bullpen right now quiet for the Tigers. Ryan rejoined the team today from the paternity list, and Blaine Hardy was sent down to Toledo. Looks like they're going to start to rumble a little bit out there in the bullpen. They'll get some movement out there.
It was the 8th inning yesterday that Boston scored 5. Making a little noise here in the 8th, here in the 7th.
Yeah, there is some movement. And as you predicted, Kyle Ryan. Here's Vasquez. Yeah, the 8th inning you talked about yesterday for the Red Sox started with a 1-out walk. Then they strung together 4 consecutive hits, and eventually the Sandoval home run gave them a 5-run inning.
You don't like the 1-out walk, but you know it's worse than that. A 2-out walk.
2-out walk.
Which the Tigers received. They received, what, 3 or 4 2-out walks.
Yeah, after 2 strikeouts to start the inning. Here's the 1-1. Souvenir.
Well, if we can get Vasquez here, it'll set up nicely for the lefty. Got to get through Dustin Pedroia, who is the righty. Tigers have a 3-run lead as it stands right now.
Each ball club with 5 hits. Tigers lead by 3. Here's the 1-2. Got him and hit him, and that's going to put him on. Just barely got him.
Well, if he brings in Kyle Ryan right here, you're going to get the right-handed hitter off the bench.
I don't know that Ryan would be ready yet, would he?
It looked like it hit the jersey, a loose jersey.
And Rich Doobie coming out. Ryan just started throwing in the Tigers bullpen. Brock Holt is scheduled to hit.
That means he'll probably be in the game till Benintendi.
Hey, Tigers fans, this year's Pink Out the Park will be held Wednesday, May 17th. Help support breast cancer research with a special ticket package that includes a commemorative t-shirt, game ticket, and donation to the Carmanos Cancer Institute. For tickets, visit tigers.com/pickout. Another gorgeous afternoon here in downtown Detroit. Temperature in the upper 50s now. Plenty of sunshine. So here is Holt with 2 men on. And he suddenly becomes the tying run at the plate.
You want to keep the ball down.
On the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Now, why Brad left him in, he certainly trusts Green. And Holt is only the tying run. Go-ahead run is Pedroia in the on-deck circle. He's the go-ahead run, so you want to make sure you match up against him. You want to make sure you do not surrender the lead. That's the choice he's made. If he brings in Ryan, he's just going to get the right anyway, and I don't know who they yesterday could have been. Mookie Betts, who's been suffering from the flu. He's a really good hitter.
That'll go to the backstop and advance the runners, and McCann has to run all the way down the third base line to get it. Wild pitch.
And he yanks this one. Had no chance on it. That looks like a slider too. Even more important, base hit here will get the Red Sox 2.
And that last pitch put Holt in a 2-1 count. Green got the first 2 batters, strikeout, flyout, then single, hit batter, wild pitch. Fouled back. 2-2.
So the wheels are turning down there in the dugout. A lot of different scenarios going through the manager's head on both sides. Hopefully you get the same boot point. That means he gets this guy out.
Well, he's 1 strike away. How much did you lean on your bench coach throughout the course of the game?
Well, you want to hear what they have to say. And I know Jim Leland, with all of his experience, he did what he wanted to do. But you might ask him a question or two, but ultimately you have to own up to it. You're going to be the guy that's going to make the decision. I always felt when I was a bench coach that you just want to be ready in case you're asked. You got to be prepared. You make a you give them what you feel, and then they make the decision. And you have to respect that.
Got him, strike 3.
Baby, moot point.
Holt caught looking, and the threat is over. Tigers still lead 4-1. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning here at the ballpark. Tigers trying to make it 2 straight against these Red Sox. And for the Tigers here in their half of the 7th, Mikey Matuk leads it off. James McCann, and then Jacoby Jones.
Bottom of this Tigers order, certainly in the last 2 games, very productive.
Well, Matuk has a walk. You got McCann who's homered. You got Jones who's doubled. And Iglesias has had 2 extra base hits, including a homer. A lot of production. Here's the 1-0. Walking a strikeout from Mikey in the ball game. Taylor is still in there. He came on in the 6th at a 1-2-3-6 with 2 strikeouts. Now the 1-2. Fouled away by Matuk.
And they were talking about Matuk taking most of the at-bats against left-handed pitchers all through spring training, but he got mostly all righties. So this, now that the season has started, he's kind of starting to get the pitchers that they wanted to match him up with. However, I like the way that he got a lot of ABs against the righties, because you want to have the option of leaving him in there against right-handed pitcher as he is now.
And he's gone 2-2. Taylor's big league debut yesterday, and his 2nd big league game today was an A-ball and Double-A last year. 2-2. University of South Alabama is where Taylor played his college ball. Up and in.
Heard that one go by. You get up that close to your chin. You can hear the seams come by. See how late he got out of the way. Those balls up there, they almost freeze you.
Now the 3-2. Matuk strikes out.
Hey, let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Talk about the bottom of the order. James McCann, look at here. Starts away. Rodriguez 2 away. Then he tries to get in, and James is all over it. Rodriguez trying to keep the ball in on the Tiger hitters. They're in the 5th inning. Doesn't get it in. And James makes him pay again. Look at the numbers. 7, 8, 9 hitters last 2 games. 6 for 16. 3 dingers. Or Jimmy Jacks. It's 6 RBI.
I like it.
This is big for the Tigers with J.D. Martinez out there talking about how they needed to lengthen this lineup out. And they're getting great contributions from all.
Well, McCann has gotten off to a really nice start. Hit his 2nd home run of the year in his last at bat.
Tell you, James McCann takes a lot of batting practice. When he's in spring training, he had a routine of he had to do his catching drills, his blocking drills, his receiving drills, and he was in that cage and he hits a lot of balls and he works on elevating the baseball, and it's starting to pay off.
He is in tremendous shape, and you almost have to be with the rigors of catching at the major league level, and as you say, as much batting practice as he's taken.
Lloyd McClendon works with him tirelessly. He's got a lot of good drills, and he does this breaking ball drill where Lloyd either throws fastballs or he spins them up on his front toss. And it makes James stay back. You got to learn how to put that front foot down, keep your hands back, let the ball travel to you. You can't go get it and drift and lose your mechanics with your power stroke.
Do you have any hitting coaches in your playing days that kind of stuck with you?
Well, Ben Hines in 1988 changed the way I hit totally. Gates Brown used to say, "Spin on the ball," because of Tiger Stadium, it was 315 feet in the upper deck.
Right.
He wasn't looking for anything but a foul ball or one in the upper deck, one or the other. He wants you to try to go the other way, and that's what we did. We tried to hook it. But in this stadium, you want to be able to hit anywhere, any gap. The gaps are huge, and you want to use them to your advantage.
Nub foul. I think Rod used the saying that the Gator used to have: sit and turn, son, sit and turn.
Yeah, the old squash the bug with the back foot. You can imagine that. You just got to get up on my left foot. And you just, when you swing, you just turn that foot like you're squishing a bug, a big June bug. They'll be out soon.
So, did your hitting coaches specify what bug you were actually squashing, or you just make that up?
You just said bug.
Bug. 3-2 is pulled foul. Oh, and whistled by Mike Esterbrook, the third base umpire.
This is hot coming at the umpire. Ball started fair, over the top, and it turns out to be a foul ball.
And it's turned into a lengthy at bat for McCann. This will be number 8 coming up. James now 3 RBIs on the young season. And he walked it.
It's a good at bat there. Seeing the ball well.
We'll bring up Jacoby Jones. Jones a double and scored a run.
You see Kyle Ryan is up in the bullpen. It'll be interesting to see if Brad leaves Green in to face Pedroia, then go to the lefties on the next hitters, which are basically all lefties. You have 3 or 4 lefties in a row. So there's a lot going on here. We're thinking offense. He's thinking offense, defense, and base running.
Pedroia, Benintendi, first 2 batters in the inning, and they'll be followed by Moreland, another lefty.
Boy, James, that's an honor to get a throw over, huh?
It is.
Running good today.
And Jones showing bunt.
Trying to catch Pablo napping down there at third base. Get runners on base. Iglesias in the on-deck circle. He's having a heck of a day, swinging the bat good.
Here's the 0-1. Snap throw. Vasquez not afraid to let it fly.
Good job by James. Watch, he gets that shuffle, move secondary lead, immediately back. You get down when that foot comes down. You don't stand out there and look. These major league catchers are too quick. They're going to nab you. You know, we talk about our secondary leads. When you talk base running, many guys might think, well, I'm not fast, but everybody is barely safe or barely out. So these techniques are very important for everybody that ever steps on a baseball diamond.
Jones waiting on a 1-1. Off the end of the bat. I know you worked with Brad and the entire coaching staff in base running down in spring training, but that's part of your game that you took very seriously in your playing days, wasn't it?
Well, it's fun. And again, just looking at the shuffle. It's a timing thing. It's a rhythm. Are you a good dancer?
Negative.
Just see if you're a good dancer, you got rhythm. So if not, you got to you got to create it out there, right?
I'm well below good.
Well, I was just going to say, if you wanted to become good at your secondary lead, you could just act like you're dancing. So
right.
I had to come up with a different technique. Let me see, what could I come up for you?
Well, yeah, I'm waiting. Just let me know. You're going to be waiting a while.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just no rhythm, dancing wise.
So when music plays, you don't feel like loosening up a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it. The body doesn't follow though. Brain saying one thing, body saying
Wouldn't that be something if you and I were dancing together?
No, it wouldn't. No, why would you even think about that?
Because I'm not too good either. I used to not be bad, but the point is, you know, you at least got to think about it. You're supposed to trying to have some rhythm down there at first base. You want to be tight, uptight. You want to just relax and let your arms and your legs loosen up and just get into it a little bit. How about slow dancing?
Well, anybody can slow dance.
That's not true.
No, I think anybody can do
I'm not suggesting that we do that, by the way.
Let's cut off this dancing conversation right here. There's ball 4 to Jacoby Jones.
Sometimes in the game you got to sit back and relax a little bit, get goofy, okay?
Absolutely.
It's unfolding in front of us. These guys at the bottom of the order we're talking about, let them go to work.
So after retiring 4 straight, after coming on for Taylor, he has now walked a couple, and he'll give up the baseball. So Ramirez coming in out of the bullpen now for the Red Sox. That'll be it for Taylor. Wall side windows pitching change. We'll be back to Comerica.
Great at bats yesterday. Victor Martinez gets the walk. Then you go Jay up. Matuk gets the two-bagger. That ties the game at 5-5. Then McCann, he gets the walk again. Tigers being very generous. Jacoby Jones, the go-ahead walk. That makes 6-5. And here we are in the bottom of the 7th today. And we're at it again. McCann with the walk. Jacoby Jones with the walk. Tigers now sitting men on first and second, looking to do more damage here at the bottom of the order with Iglesias up. The Tigers are leading MLB with 4.19 pitches per plate appearances this season. That's a good start.
Jose Iglesias with 2 men on. In there for a strike.
Jacoby Jones wants to keep an eye on that. Vasquez is going to want to throw down there behind him. He's got to be on his toes.
Noe Ramirez is the new pitcher. He'll face Iglesias with 2 on and 1 out. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Red Sox bullpen in this series has walked 6 in 2 2/3. Chance to drive Carl Willis nuts.
It drives everybody nuts if your pitchers are walking guys. It's hard to play defense behind. They throw a lot of pitches. Disrupts not only this game but your next game.
Big day for Iglesias. A homer, a double, and 2 RBIs. And Ramirez missed outside.
Got the fastball there. Looks like he likes that slider. Previous pitch. Iggy with a good eye. Home run in the 3rd. Double in the 5th. 2 RBI. 2 hits.
Ramirez has pitched out of the bullpen each of the last 2 years for Boston. Good hack there. Fouled it straight back. Iglesias entered this ball game 0 for 12, but is busted out of the slow stretch with a couple of extra base hits. His home run in the 3rd tied the game. Popped him up. It'll be Moreland coming from first to make the catch with the infield fly rule in effect. And there are 2 outs. That'll bring up Ian Kinsler. Big single and an RBI for Kinsler in the 5th inning, and that scored the 4th Tigers run of the game. Rodriguez started this game for Boston. Taylor came on in the 6th, and now Ramirez here in the 7th. We'll spin one up there inside. 1-0.
Ian Kinsler, usually they play him this way. You're looking today, he's to the right, the center fielder. So it's a little unusual. Kinsler more of a pull hitter, but I do notice he goes the other way more with men in scoring position. Maybe the Red Sox are in on that.
Driven to center field on a line, but right at Bradley. That'll end the inning. No runs, a couple of walks, 2 men left. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Back to work here at Comerica Park as we go to the 8th inning. Tigers on top in this one by a score of 4-1. Opening week 2017 continues. And the Tigers have gone back to the bullpen now. Lefty Kyle Ryan will check in.
Yeah, Kyle's done a great job for the Tigers. Keeps that ball down, gets lots of ground balls, but can strike out, and pretty good success against righties.
3 pretty good hitters to face: Pedroia, Benintendi, and Moreland. And Pedroia looks at ball 1.
You can see the numbers: 56 games, 3.07 ERA, 15 walks, 35 strikeouts.
Kyle coming into the Wallside Windows pitching change, and that's rolled foul. 1 ball and 1 strike, so Ryan takes over for Shane Green, a scoreless 7th with a couple of punch outs.
Lefties hitting .225 last year against him. Righties .241, so pretty good option for Brad.
Kyle last year 56 appearances out of the bullpen as Big Bruce starts warming up. Rondon in the Detroit bullpen. Here's the 2-1. 3-1 now on Pedroia. Do not want to start walking guys,
no.
Especially with part of this lineup coming up.
No free passes. Make them hit their way on. He's going to try and throw this right down the middle of the plate.
Way outside, ball 4.
You have to make an adjustment.
So the leadoff man on as Pedroia walks. MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Tigers baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Tigers home screen icons and app features, as well as game day live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, statcast news, and more.
It's a good one.
MLB.com at bat app. Yeah, it's good. It gets a workout. Here's Benintendi. Strike called on Benintendi, who is 0 for 3.
Last year he stayed in there pretty good against lefties. 0 for 3 today.
That's low and away, and down to block it is McCann. Is there anything a left-hander can do in terms of when you're facing a left-handed pitcher to give you a better chance?
Well, many lefties try to open up a little bit so they can see the ball better. If you look at where Kyle Ryan is on the rubber, it looks like he's over to the first base side of the rubber. It's going to create more of an angle, so his arm's going to be coming out behind you, so you might open up.
There's a base hit to right field. That'll move Pedroia to second. Here come the Red Sox again. Let's check in now with Kristen Keith. A little bit more on Mr. Benintendi.
Well, Mario, the hype train is absolutely out of control right now for Benintendi. He's one of the best young prospects in baseball and already a heavy favorite for AL Rookie of the Year after an exciting finish in 2016. He played 34 games. In high school, he was Ohio's High School Gatorade Player of the Year, and then he went on to play at Arkansas, where he won SEC Player of the Year and the Golden Spikes Award as the nation's top amateur. The Red Sox went on to draft him 7th overall in 2015, and of Benintendi's 31 hits last season, 14 of those were for extra bases. The Red Sox hitting coach Chili Davis said he's probably got the best hair of any Sox outfielder since Johnny Damon, and hey, he freaking looks like Marty McFly, but the ball jumps off the bat.
It does. It does indeed.
You said best hair?
The best hair, right? Well, the hype machine may be in overdrive, as Kristen said, but a lot of it's warranted. This kid can really hit, and he's got the hair to go with it.
Yeah, he went to the major leagues quick, just a little over a year in the minors.
Mitch Moreland, the batter now. He's the tying run at the plate in a 4-1 ball game.
Good guy for a double play.
Sandoval waiting on deck. Moreland is a career .239 hitter against lefties. Ground ball right to the first baseman. Miggy fires to second, one. That's all he'll get.
That was a good play by Miggy. That ball, a lot of top spin. He gloved it cleanly and then had to make a very tough throw. Benintendi was right on top of Iglesias. See, he had to back up a little backups. He got great hands. Actually, it went off his glove up into his hands. Look at this soft hands. Woo.
Uh-oh.
He's using all resources to catch that ball.
Cuidado.
Iglesias smartly doesn't try and make the throw to first.
You know, one of the most understated parts of Cabrera's game has to be the accuracy of his throwing arm. And I can't really remember him ever throwing a ball away badly.
He's got good arm strength and accuracy, as you say. I think Miggy's taking a little breather right now to get some of that sting out.
So here's Sandoval. First and third, one out. We've talked about this, but Sandoval in his career has been much better against right-handed pitching. About 40 points higher against righties than lefties.
Well, still, he's not trying to get a single right there. You can see he really let it go. He's trying to tie it up. Still got to make good pitches on him.
Well, McCann has gotten a workout in this series and has done a really good job behind the plate on balls in the dirt.
Kyle Ryan on his last two first pitch strikes has followed it up with second pitch balls. You want to keep burying that count. Don't waste anything. Just keep right after it. Get that ground ball. Get out of this inning unscathed.
Pedroia got to start with a walk. Benintendi with a single. Moreland right now at first base on the force out.
Jackie Bradley Jr. on deck. So you're kind of stuck with Ryan through him.
Wave and a miss. 2-2.
Something off speed there. Sandoval way out in front. James McCann calling for the 2-1 changeup, it looked like. Probably going to get another. You're a hitter. You're thinking in the back of your mind. You're trying to tie this up. That's why you become susceptible to getting tricked with off-speed pitches.
On the ground with the shortstop, Iglesias, Kinsler, and a double play. A 6-4-3 to get Ryan out of a jam. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Noe Ramirez goes back to worst, facing Nick Castellanos. Then Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez. 2, 3, and 4 in the Tigers lineup. 4-1. Tigers have the lead here today. Nicholas 0 for 3. Castellanos strikeout, flyout, ground out. Tigers have only 5 hits, yet they lead 4-1.
2 bombs though.
That'll help. Taters.
That's another one. Bombs.
Big flies. 1 ball, 1 strike. More action in the Tigers bullpen. Justin Wilson.
Probably going to get some tweets on that, aren't you?
I'm sure we already have.
Suggestions.
I think we've pretty much covered them all, haven't we?
Pretty active on that Twitter, aren't you?
I wouldn't say active, but well, yeah, kind of. Unlike you.
I have to pick it up.
That ball hammer. Deep right center field. Bradley is on the run. Sale going back to the wall. Wow. Oh my goodness, what a play by Bradley, who slams into the unforgiving wall.
I'd want to see this, see if he trapped it. I don't know if we have cameras out there that can pick that up. As many times when you get like that.
I can't believe he caught that ball.
Take a look at this. He covered a lot of ground. He didn't shy up at all. He accelerated good. No, he caught it.
Yeah, he sure did.
I mean, he didn't slow up at all. How much ground he picked up there right at the end.
And he knew what was waiting for him as well.
He can go get him. Took that one away from Nick.
Man, oh man, Castellanos.
That ball comes off the wall. It could be an inside the Parker. As hard as it was hit, and the angle at which it was coming off the wall.
Here is Cabrera. I think he has fanned a couple of times. He's also walked.
Tell you what, the leather's been flashed today by both teams.
Now, if you're Castellanos, you come away from that at bat feeling good that you crushed it, or bad that you got or were unrewarded for it.
You should, because you put a good swing on it and you did everything right. But sometimes we let results dictate how we feel about things. That's a great swing on a great pitch. And it's easy for me to say, but nobody likes to fail.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Cabrera.
Tell you what, Miggy's a guy that when things aren't going right, he really stands up against it. He's a little out of sorts right now.
And down he goes again via the strikeout.
He'll be back.
With the vengeance, I assume.
Oh, he will.
2 outs. Opposing pitchers better get it while the getting's good, because Cabrera, sooner rather than later, will get it straightened out.
He's going to get it figured out.
Here is Victor Martinez.
I've known some guys over the years to come in with a little sickness when they're scuffling. I've never Miggy. He's just the opposite. He won't come out for nothing. A little shift right here, and Victor. Troy's playing Rover. Right out here. Did you ever play Rover in softball?
No, I used to play third base. I was a pretty good third baseman.
You were, huh?
Yeah. Center field, third base.
Well, Rover's right in between the two.
True. But to answer your question,
Rover can go wherever you want. You can hog the ball.
0-2 on Martinez.
What was so funny? Somebody's talking in your ear?
Hog the ball. Did you play a lot of softball?
Yeah, when I was younger. It's where it all starts, doesn't it?
Yep.
Then when I came back after I was drafted by the Tigers, when I'd come back in the summer, invariably my friends would want me to play in a tournament. those softball tournaments.
Those are a blast.
Can be.
Victor put a charge into that one, but it's going to find the glove of the center fielder Bradley. And it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning.
With a 1-800-CALL SAM update coming up after the game. We'll look back at Jordan Zimmerman's first start of the season and hear what he thought about his season debut. We'll also show you how the bottom of the order has been getting it done today, including Jose Iglesias.
Love what I'm seeing from Jose Iglesias, guys. Make sure to stick around for Tigers post game. We're really going to break down why I believe he's going to hit for more power. Take a look at the swings. He's in a great hitting position, hands out in front, that bottom hand, palm up, palm down, which allows him to drive the baseball. But Mickey, we're going to dive into this. This is going to be vital to this team's success if this young man at the bottom of that batting order can have these kind of swings on a consistent basis.
We'll talk more about that here from Jose Iglesias from the clubhouse and bring you Brad Ausmus's post-game comments as well coming up after the game on Tigers Live. Mario, Gibby?
All right, boys, here we go. It's the 9th inning, and Jackie Bradley Jr. will lead things off, and he looks at a strike from Justin Wilson. It'll be Bradley, Young, and Hernandez due up here in the 9th. Swinging a foul that just caught the end of the bat, 0-2.
Good sign. 2 quick strikes. Bradley not good on lefties as he is on righties. And no Frankie Rodriguez in the bullpen today, even though we're within a save right here.
Low and outside.
Go right after him. Let's look at his numbers. 66 games last year. Started out really well. Whip at 1.33, 65 strikeouts, 17 walks. Those are good numbers. But I think he got a little tender elbow last year, and that's all taken care of.
And the ear toward left, Jay up. 1 out. Boy, what happened around first base?
Fell down. Looks like he hurt his leg and tripped or something like that.
My goodness. Bradley is down between first and second after flying out to left.
Running hard. Hit the bag wrong. Oh, he just oh boy, that's bad. We don't want to show that in slow motion. That right leg. He stumbled there and then came down really in a weird fashion on that right foot. Looks like they're looking at the knee area. Like he hyperextended it. Oh, he got up.
Yeah, good for him.
Oh, that's going to get sore, I think.
Bradley gets a round of applause as he walks off under his own power, so that's good news for Boston.
Well, now that he's walking, I wasn't going to take another look at it. You want to make sure you pay attention when you go around those bases. And he just doesn't lift the leg up. But when he stumbles here, watch that right leg. He's lucky if he avoided injury here. Watch this right leg. Oh, that's a hyperextension.
Boy, you're not kidding.
I believe he's going to be a little tender on that, but keep your arms moving and the legs will keep moving. Hope that he's okay. Looked like it hurt, didn't it?
It sure did, but the good news is he was able to walk off.
Well, keep an eye. Chris Young might lay a bunt down here. See Nick's back coming in now. At least show him that you're there.
Strike one. Talking about Frankie Rodriguez. 29 pitches yesterday.
Yeah, he's going to take it easy today. They're going to try and get it done without him. Willie's breaking out the slider today. It's a good sign.
Salsky has moved to the on-deck circle with Hernandez due next. So we'll get a pinch hitter. Pulled foul. Oh for 3 in the ball game for Young. Bradley continuing to talk to the medical staff. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Wilson. 2 gone.
Here's the 1-800 call Sam, call the game. We're going to give it to the bottom of the batting order again. Today they continue. Iggy with the home run puts the Tigers on top 1-0. James McCann goes yard again with another dinger. Iglesias again and Jones. Bottom of that order being very productive. We're going to give them the call Sam, call the game today.
1 more out to get. Wave and a miss. 0-1 on the pinch hitter is Salsky.
Get her done.
Here's the 0-1. 0-2 now. Salsky didn't like the call.
No, it was outside. Jerry Lane's getting a little evolution of the zone right now. Got a little wider. We'll take it. Crowd's into it.
Got him. Strike 3. Wilson. A 1-2-3 ninth and the Tigers win. And now we'll send it down to the Call Sam Studios. Mickey York standing by for Tigers Live postgame.
All right, Mario, that's how you close.